Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, June 26th, 2019. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the middle of the week, and that could only mean one thing. RxMuscle.com is here to breathe some life into your hump day with another edition of the world-famous Recap Wednesday. Let's jump right into today's show by looking at what went down at last weekend's Atlantic Coast Championships. In the Open Classic Physique division, it was all about rookie star Dankovia Anderson, who was really impressive here against the lineup that featured some big names in the top 5. The top spot in the Masters Classic Physique division went to Eric Alstrop, who's been awesome all year long. Tom DeFloria took home the gold in Masters Men's Physique, and Carissa Weary was the winner in the Masters Figure. Bethany Bartlett was the new champ in Masters Figure, and Isabel Jackson held it down in the Masters Women's Physique. And wrapping things up here with a huge win in the Open Women's Physique was second-year pro Sarah Villegas. Down in the Bayou, we also had a shootout with some of the biggest stars in the bikini division at the Greater Gulf States Pro, where Marcia Goncalves came in and dropped the hammer for the second straight year as she cruised to an easy win. Second place went to the surging Brina Turner, who did a nice job of holding off a strong late push from third place finisher Alexandria Ross. Fourth place went to Italian beauty Alessia Fachin, and closing out the top 5 here was a dangerous Issa Barrow. I think it was Ben Franklin who said that the only two sure things in life are death and taxes. But somebody should hit up one of those Ben Franklin Twitter accounts and send them a DM of Nathan Asha, because this dude looks like he's about as close to a sure thing as you can get to win the British Grand Prix. Over this last month or so, we've been following Nathan's progress, and I think it's safe to say that he's finally firing on all cylinders now. He's bigger, he's fuller, and more complete than we've ever seen. So unless he decides to stay home, I think he's in a class of his own, and everyone else might want to be fighting for second place. I'm secretly a fan of all things Canada, so I'm sure you guys can probably imagine how excited I was when a photo emerged of a 275-pound Regan Grimes shouting out Drake on Instagram a few days ago. Now, the fact that Regan looks like a 275-pound superhero 19 weeks out from his season debut is one thing, but what really piqued my interest here is the whole potential Drake connection. I mean, the guy is a pop culture icon and probably one of the biggest solo artists in the country. He's definitely the most famous rapper from Canada, so if someone can figure out a way to get Regan a cameo in Drake's next video, let's go ahead and make that happen, because Canada needs these two to join forces. Now, when you've been around bodybuilding long enough, you start to realize that former champs always seem to convince themselves that things were always better back when they competed. And apparently Phil Heath is no exception. Last week, Phil went on social media and called out basically everyone in the lineup this year when he said that nobody's training hard because he's not in the show. Well, guess what? It didn't take long for that to piss some people off, because Brandon Curry and his team responded on Instagram by throwing up a few photos of their guy looking like he's at his all-time best. I hate to be the bearer of bad news to Phil, but the athletes don't care that he's not competing. Time moves on, and they're busy doing their own thing. You might be the once-in-a-lifetime ex that everyone remembers forever, but the new girl is just as pretty. And I can promise you, it isn't Phil Heath they're thinking about when they lay their heads down at night. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.